My smart doorbell caught something last night that's genuinely making me question everything I thought I knew about reality and our quiet suburban neighborhood entirely. It first alerted me around 2 a.m. to motion on the porch, but when I checked the live feed, there was absolutely nothing visible standing there. The alerts kept coming every few minutes, persistently, always showing an empty porch illuminated by the dim, lonely street lamp's eerie glow. I finally decided to review the recorded clips this morning, expecting perhaps a stray cat or some wind-blown debris causing the constant triggers. The initial few clips were indeed empty, but then, in one specific frame, a barely perceptible ripple in the air seemed to distort the background briefly. Subsequent footage showed a tall, gaunt shadow, darker than the night, slowly materializing from behind our parked car, moving silently toward the steps. It wasn't walking like a person. It glided, without discernible legs or any human gait, appearing to effortlessly float just above the concrete ground. The entity paused directly in front of our main entry door, its form indistinct but undeniably present, emanating an intense coldness even through the screen.
What happened next is where my brain truly struggles to comprehend. The locked front door slowly, audibly clicked open inward without being touched. There was no hand, no force, nothing discernible making physical contact with the doorknob or the door itself, just that shadowy void standing there. The door remained ajar for several long seconds, revealing the dark hallway inside, before the shadow seemed to ripple and then coalesce into itself again. The dark entity then simply dissipated, not fading, but literally folding in on itself until it was completely gone from the camera's field of view entirely.
A wave of primal fear instantly washed over me as I watched this impossible sequence unfold, feeling a profound violation of my secure home. I frantically checked other security cameras around the house, hoping for an explanation, but they only showed normal, uneventful backyard scenes. My heart pounded relentlessly against my ribs, a cold dread seeping into my bones, realizing what I saw defied every law of physics we understand. Walking to the front door, I saw it was indeed unlocked and slightly ajar, just as the footage depicted, confirming this wasn't some strange dream.
There were no fingerprints on the doorknob, no signs of forced entry, nothing suggesting a human perpetrator had been involved in this terrifying incident. Now, I feel an overwhelming sense of being constantly watched, a prickling sensation on my neck, especially when darkness begins to fall outside our windows. Every creak of the house, every rustle of leaves outside jolts me awake, convinced that shadowy form is somehow lurking just beyond my perception. I'm terrified it might return tonight, perhaps not just to open the door, but to actually enter, to complete whatever impossible objective it had initiated.
There's no logical explanation for this event. Every rational thought process I possess completely fails to make sense of the doorbell's chilling recording. I've considered sharing the raw footage online, but the fear of being ridiculed or attracting something worse has held me back from doing so. For now, I'm just living with this terrifying secret, perpetually on edge, trying to understand how a mere shadow could possess such terrifying, tangible power. I don't know what to do or who to tell, feeling completely trapped by this inexplicable, horrifying reality my doorbell inadvertently uncovered last night.
I thought someone was playing a cruel prank on me until my smart doorbell footage showed something far more disturbing and deeply personal last Tuesday afternoon. It first sent an alert that day around 3 p.m., indicating motion on the porch, followed by the sound of my husband's distinctive voice calling my name loudly. Immediately, I was confused because Mark was supposed to be at work across town, nowhere near home, so I knew it couldn't actually be him. When I checked the live feed, the porch was empty, perfectly still. Yet the audio feed picked up faint,
almost whispering sounds of our daughter giggling softly.
Our daughter was safely at her after-school program, completely miles away, making these recorded sounds intensely unsettling and genuinely perplexing. I reviewed the recorded clips, growing increasingly uneasy with each playback, the voices becoming clearer, more insistent, yet the visual remained completely blank. Then, in a later clip, a strange distortion appeared near the frame's edge, a shimmer in the air, barely visible against the afternoon light's glare. This distortion slowly coalesced into a vaguely human-like silhouette, its edges wavering, appearing somewhat transparent, unlike any person I had ever seen.
That's when I heard it. My own voice, clear as day, calling out my name, begging me to open the door, yet I was inside the house watching the monitor. The figure on the porch shifted slightly, its head tilting unnaturally, as if it was attempting to perfectly replicate my own specific mannerisms and familiar vocal inflections. It started cycling through voices, Mark's, my daughter's, even my best friend Sarah's, all pleading for entry, each sounding just a little bit wrong somehow. The shadowy form then seemed to become denser, more defined, although still indistinct, extending a hand towards the doorbell button, slowly. It paused, seemingly staring directly into the camera lens, and I heard a guttural, wet chuckle that sent icy shivers down my spine immediately. "Let me in," my own voice hissed from the speaker, laced with an unfamiliar, sinister undertone, a truly horrifying sound that I will never forget at all. The profound horror of realizing something was mimicking my loved ones, and then me trying to gain access to my home was utterly paralyzing. I frantically double-checked every lock in the house, feeling an intense, overwhelming urge to protect myself and my family from this unspeakable entity.
The creature lingered for several more minutes, its form subtly shifting, occasionally pressing the doorbell button with an impossible, elongated finger, slowly. Eventually, with a final, chilling whisper of my name, the shape seemed to dissolve back into the air, leaving nothing but an empty porch again. Even after it disappeared, the silence felt heavier, more menacing, and the echoes of those distorted voices still haunted my every waking moment now. I've upgraded all my security systems, added more cameras, and installed deadbolts, but the feeling of vulnerability still persists relentlessly, every single day.
The thought of something out there, something intelligent and malicious, capable of perfectly replicating the voices of those I love, is truly traumatizing to endure. I now hesitate before opening the door to anyone, wondering if the person standing there is truly who they appear to be, or something else entirely again. There's no rational explanation for what my doorbell recorded that afternoon. It was an act of pure, inexplicable, and profoundly unsettling paranormal mimicry. I live with a constant, gnawing paranoia now, forever checking the doorbell footage, terrified of what impossible, chilling voice it might capture next time.